Have you ever wondered why your legs don't feel as steady as they used to? Why a simple walk to the mailbox feels like a hike uphill? Or why, even after eating healthy meals, your strength, your balance, your confidence just keep slipping away? Here's something most people never consider. It might not be your age. It might be your cheese. Yes, cheese. That little indulgence you add to your sandwich, sprinkle on your salad, or enjoy with crackers in the evening. What if I told you that 7 of the most common cheeses, even ones labeled organic, low-fat, or doctor-approved, are quietly destroying your leg strength? See, these cheeses don't just add calories. They inflame your joints, they weaken your muscles, they block the circulation your legs depend on to stay strong, mobile, and pain-free. And the worst part? One of these healthy cheeses is probably sitting in your fridge right now, and you've been eating it for years, thinking it's doing you good. I'm not here to scare you, but I am here to tell you the truth, before it's too late. Because leg weakness in seniors isn't just about feeling tired. It's the first domino in a dangerous chain reaction. Falls, fractures, hospital stays, and for many people, that moment when independence slips away for good. So stay with me. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the 7 worst cheeses every senior should avoid. And by the end, you'll know exactly what to toss from your fridge and what to replace it with to protect your strength, mobility, and freedom. And before we dive in, let me ask you something. If you care about staying strong as you age, if you want to help a loved one avoid a walker, a cane, or worse, then hit that subscribe button right now, because at Elderly Spring, this is what we do. We fight for strength. We speak truth about aging. We protect the years that matter most. And if you don't want to subscribe, at least be honest about it. Go to the comments and tell us why you'd rather stay in the dark about what's stealing your health. Because someone out there does need this. Now let's open that fridge together and start where most people never even think to look. Let's start with the first cheese most seniors eat without thinking twice. 1. Processed cheese slices. You know those individually wrapped yellow slices? Harold, 72, used to eat 2 of them every morning, melted between white toast, a little butter on top. It was his comfort food. But then came the leg shakes, the balance issues. He started walking slower, needed support, and doctors said it was just aging. But when his diet was examined closely, those cheese slices were part of the problem. See, these aren't real cheese. They're loaded with sodium, emulsifiers, and plastic-like preservatives. All of that clogs blood vessels and causes your body to retain fluid, making it harder for your legs to get the oxygen and nutrients they need. And the additives, they make your muscles sluggish, your circulation slower, and your recovery harder. Here's the lie most people believe. Cheese is cheese. But these processed slices are cheese products. That's not food. That's a chemistry set. Swap them out. Go for small pieces of real low-sodium Swiss or cheddar from a block. Not wrapped in plastic, not glowing yellow. Your legs will thank you. And if you think that was bad, wait till you see what they've done to so-called healthy cottage cheese. 2. Low-fat cottage cheese. Margaret made a switch. She started buying low-fat cottage cheese and the one her doctor suggested. She ate it faithfully, every other day. And then the falls began. She blamed herself, thought she was clumsy, thought it was the shoes. But the truth? It was in the tub of cheese. Low-fat versions are often packed with added salt and thickeners to make up for the flavor and texture lost when fat is removed. And all that sodium throws off the fluid balance in your muscles, weakens your bones, and makes your joints feel unstable. It messes with hydration, and without proper hydration, leg strength goes fast. The myth: low-fat, nourishers healthy. That's a dangerous oversimplification, especially for older adults. You need fats, good fats. They support joint lubrication, hormone function, and muscle repair. So instead of scooping out spoonfuls of salty, low-fat cheese, try small servings of full-fat organic cottage cheese, or even switch to unsweetened Greek yogurt with berries. Gentler, smarter, safer, but sodium isn't your only enemy. The next cheese, the one that crumbles, is quietly turning up inflammation in your joints. 3. Blue cheese. James loved his blue cheese. Every lunch, every salad, crumbled right on top. He said it gave his meals character, but what it gave his knees? Swelling, heat, pain that crept up slowly and never left. Blue cheese contains mold cultures and saturated fats that trigger inflammation in the body, especially if you're already dealing with arthritis or joint pain. It's rich in compounds that can make your immune system overreact, leading to stiffness, soreness, and fatigue in the legs. The myth? Fermented cheeses are good for digestion. Sure, for some, but in aging bodies with slower metabolism and sensitive joints, it's a recipe for flare-ups. If you love that salty tang, use aged goat cheese in moderation. It's easier on the system and much less inflammatory. But if inflammation is the fire, the next cheese acts like fuel, and it strikes at your nervous system. 4. American cheese. Evelyn was proud of her simple lunch routine: a slice of ham, a slice of American cheese, a little mayo, nothing fancy. But her legs started to go numb. Pins and needles, then burning, then full-blown nerve pain. American cheese is highly processed. We're talking food dyes, synthetic emulsifiers, and salt packed into every square. These additives may affect your nerves, especially in seniors. Some of them have been linked to neurotoxicity and increased risk of peripheral neuropathy. You might think it's just cheese, but read the label. If you can't pronounce what's in it, your body can't process it properly either. The fix? Look for cheese that lists only 3 to 4 ingredients: milk, salt, enzymes, and cultures. Even better, try avocado slices or hummus as creamy sandwich alternatives. More nutrients, no chemicals. Now, this next one? You only use it as a sprinkle, but it could be silently stripping your bones of calcium every single day. 5. Pre-grated Parmesan. Frank added it to everything: pasta, soup, even scrambled eggs. It was a habit, just a sprinkle here, a sprinkle there. But then he had a bone density scan, and the results were devastating. Many pre-grated Parmesan brands use anti-caking agents like cellulose. These additives may bind to minerals, calcium and magnesium especially, making them harder for your body to absorb. And when those minerals don't reach your bones, your legs grow weaker, your bones grow thinner, and a simple fall becomes a broken hip. The misconception? It's just a topping. No, it's a daily leak in your calcium bank account. Get the real stuff. Shave fresh Parmesan from a block and pair it with leafy greens like kale or spinach for a calcium-rich combo that supports strong legs and posture. Now let's talk about the cheese that feels fancy, but might be sabotaging your digestion and your ability to walk. 6. Brie and Camembert. Sophia loved brie. It made her feel sophisticated. She'd serve it with grapes or apples, maybe a little glass of wine. But every time her stomach swelled, her legs cramped, her sleep was restless. She thought she was reacting to fruit, but the real problem, the brie. These soft cheeses are rich in histamines and saturated fats, both of which can trigger bloating, inflammation, and muscle spasms in sensitive seniors. And because they're aged with mold cultures, they produce compounds that a slower, aging digestive system struggles to break down. Your gut suffers, your sleep suffers, your leg function suffers. And here's what people say: it's natural, so it must be safe. But that logic? Dangerous. Plenty of natural things are still harsh on a fragile body. Switch it up. Try fresh ricotta, paneer, or mozzarella. They're less aged, less processed, and easier on your stomach and your joints. Now the last one, this one wears a halo, marketed as healthy, lean, diet-friendly. But for seniors, it's quietly draining your power to stand, balance, and walk. 7. Fat-free cheese. Tom wanted to lose a few pounds, so he followed the trend, ditched the real stuff for fat-free cheese. Tasteless, rubbery, but hey, he thought it was better, until he started feeling wobbly, weak, off balance. It wasn't age. It was missing fat. Fat-free cheese removes the very thing seniors need, dietary fats. Fats are what help your body absorb vitamins D and K, the ones responsible for bone strength, muscle coordination, and nervous system support. Without those vitamins, your legs don't respond the way they should. Your balance falters. Your reflexes slow. The myth. No fat means no problems. But for seniors, no fat often means no strength, so don't fall into the trap. Go for real cheese, full fat, in small amounts. Pair it with fiber-rich foods, like cucumbers or whole grains, to help digestion and energy. Because your legs don't need trendy food. They need real fuel. Let's pause for a moment. Because this isn't just about cheese. It's about what happens when no one tells you the truth. When your legs start to wobble and the doctors say, "It's just age." When you reach for the handrail that wasn't always needed, or when your loved one avoids the stairs because they're too embarrassed to say it hurts. It's not just physical. It's emotional. It's losing confidence. It's feeling like a burden. It's sitting out of family walks, church outings, or dancing in the living room because your knees don't trust you anymore. And you're not alone. Every day, someone's mother, father, or grandparent slips one step closer to needing help for everything, and most of the time, the warning signs were there. They were just quiet, hidden behind habits, hidden in the fridge. But here's the thing, you are not helpless, not now, not ever. Because these changes, they don't have to mean decline, they don't have to mean dependence. They can be a signal, a nudge, a wake-up call that says, you still have time to protect your strength. You don't need to make a dozen changes overnight, just one. Go to your fridge today, open it, look at the cheeses inside. Ask yourself honestly, is this building me up or breaking me down? If there's even one on that shelf that's on this list, take it out. Replace it with something better, something that works for your body, not against it. Because that one swap, that's where momentum begins. That's where strength starts returning. That's how independence is preserved, not in hospitals, not with pills, but with choices made quietly, consistently, and with love. You see, your body hasn't given up on you. Your legs may feel tired, but they haven't forgotten how to be strong. They're just waiting for you to give them a fighting chance. And strength, it can be rebuilt. Balance can be regained. Hope isn't gone. It's just been hiding behind the wrong foods. Now you know. And now you can do something about it, not tomorrow, not someday. Today. Because when you give your body the right fuel, even at 60, 70, or 80, you remind it how powerful it still is. And that's the kind of victory that starts in the kitchen and echoes in every confident step you take. Stay with me, because up next, I'll walk you through everything we've covered and share exactly what you can do right now to protect yourself and the people you love. Let's quickly go over what we've learned today, because even one of these could be making a bigger impact on your health than you realize. Here are the 7 worst cheeses silently stealing leg strength from seniors. Processed cheese slices, filled with additives and sodium that damage circulation and control. Low-fat cottage cheese, high in hidden sodium, low in the fats your joints desperately need. Blue cheese, inflammatory, mold-heavy, and tough on already aching joints. American cheese, ultra-processed, packed with chemicals that target the nervous system. Pre-grated Parmesan, laced with anti-caking agents that strip minerals right from your bones. Brie and Camembert, soft and seductive, but loaded with histamines and bloating triggers. Fat-free cheese, the most misleading of all, stealing the very fats needed to stand and walk with confidence. Now let me ask you something personal. Which one surprised you the most? Was it the fat-free cheese, the Parmesan you thought was harmless? Or the processed slices that have been in your lunch for years? Or maybe you've seen these signs in someone you care about, a grandparent, a spouse, maybe even in yourself. The slower steps, the unsure footing, the quiet struggles we pretend not to notice. Drop your answer in the comments. I read every single one. Your story might help someone else see what they've been missing. And if you made it this far, if your health matters to you, or if you're trying to keep someone you love strong, mobile, and out of a wheelchair, then don't scroll away without subscribing. Because here at Elderly Spring, we don't do trends, we do truth. We talk about what others avoid, and we give you the tools to live your later years with power, pride, and peace of mind. So go ahead. Hit that red subscribe button now, not because I said so, but because every week we're giving you what your future self will thank you for. And if you won't subscribe, then step into the comments and tell us why. Because if you've made it this far, you felt something. And if you didn't, you're either not listening or you're already paying the price. Now take a deep breath. You've just taken the first step toward protecting your legs, your independence, and your quality of life. That's no small thing, so stay curious, stay kind, and above all, stay strong. This is Elderly Spring, where wisdom meets action, and your journey to better health, it's just getting started. See you in the next one.